I never knew a photo could bring about so much negativity, could show such intolerance and bitterness, such hatred. House Arab, House Muslim, sellout, Zionist shill. These were the words that I was called. It all goes back a couple of weeks. January 2019. I had a wonderful day at St Ethelberger's doing a storytelling workshop. We'd gone out for drinks, soft drink in my case, and on the way home, being a Twitter addict that I am, couldn't go that long without Wi-Fi. I connected to the Wi-Fi at the station and caught up on all my messages on my phone. And I opened my email, and there it was, all these comments, messages left on my blog that had been sent for approval in my inbox. Messages to a victim of sexual violence, a child victim of sexual violence in Algeria. You deserve to get raped. You should be lashed. What? Something so disgusting. I automatically thought, oh, that's an Islamophobe trying to be somehow ironic. But I went through all the comments more and more, and I realised this was a troll. Someone that didn't believe in women's equality. Someone that said I wasn't really a Muslim and that Allah would destroy me and my ilk through their hands. To this person and the people that he was with, I was a sellout, a hypocrite, a fake Muslim. I'd faced abuse before, but I'd never faced that. The first time I was actually quite shaken. I was alone. It was at night. My husband was abroad. So I messaged friends and family, and I made my way home. And the abuse continued, but this wasn't the first time really. It stemmed back a couple of days before, when I'd been attacked online. And what this really taught me was that antisemitism is worse than I actually imagined. Islamism is real. It's in our communities. And Islamists don't like you speaking up against antisemitism. I'm not Jewish myself, but the first time that I experienced anti-Semitic rhetoric was back in 2010, 8.5 years ago. I was in Egypt on holiday with my family, and we were chatting with the taxi driver in the cab, and he was asking about where we were from, so I explained that I was Christian. Nobody was happy with that, as long as I wasn't Jewish. Jewish was obviously a problem, and that was shocking. But now, after everything that's gone on, the rise of anti-Semitism in society and the trolling that I've faced, I've just begun to realise how widespread, how deeply embedded anti-Semitism is in our society, and how bitter and putrid this hatred is. We must challenge hate. We must stand up against Islamism, against Islamophobia, against anti-Semitism, against homophobia, against misogyny, against all of these ills. So what was this photo? Well, last month we marked Holocaust Memorial Day on Sunday 27th of January. In the run-up to this period, as part of Voice of Salam, I was raising awareness of Holocaust Memorial Day and the tragedy that was the Holocaust, in which 6 million Jews lost their lives. As part of a World Jewish Congress campaign, I shared a photo of myself with the caption "We Remember," stating how we should stand up against antisemitism, Islamophobia, hatred, in all forms, Islamophobia, etc. And there it was, a photo of a Muslim woman in a headscarf, calling up for us to stand and commemorate Holocaust Memorial Day and fight anti-Semitism and all hatred. There it was. Something that for some people was just too much to take. I was accused of being one of those Muslims that stands for everybody else, that puts everybody else first, as though I didn't care about Palestinians, I didn't care about Muslims, I didn't care about anybody. Yes, a photo of me holding a sign saying "We Remember," commemorating Holocaust Memorial Day, started a campaign of trolling and showed just how vile anti-Semitism, Islamism and all these forms of hatred really are. We must stand up against such hate. Whether you're Jewish, facing anti-Semitism, a Muslim, facing the wrath of Islamists in your own community, however you are, hatred is universal. Each form of hatred has its own history, has its own story, but hatred is universal. It affects us all, and we should stand up against it. The haters will never win.